Presence Security is a super cool security solution for homes and small businesses that anyone can install in minutes. It actually combines these wireless sensors that you just sprinkle around your home or office with the award-winning Presence app, which is compatible with Android and iOS. Now, this is the first security solution that's ever been created that actually starts free. You take a spare smartphone or tablet, you install the Presence app, and you have yourself a free internet security camera. You can watch it live, you can get motion detection video alerts from anywhere in the world, and you can talk back to the people and the pets who are nearby your camera. With Presence Security, your primary smartphone, the one you carry around with you, actually becomes a focal point of the system. Unlike these older security systems that have an ugly keypad on the wall, your smartphone actually becomes that keypad, and you carry it around with you to stay connected with your home. That's one less thing you gotta buy. And speaking of one less thing you gotta buy, there's no monthly subscription fees required. You can get unlimited cameras, you can hook up unlimited devices, you can have unlimited alerts, unlimited rules, you can even have unlimited friends and unlimited sharing. So your house can actually share alerts with trusted people around you so they can help keep an eye on things while you can't. So let's actually see how to install a Presence Security Pack from start to finish. I've got my Presence Security Pack here, and it comes with a whole bunch of sensors. There's 3-door window entry sensors, there's a touch sensor, there's a temperature sensor, a motion sensor, and then we've got a water sensor and a gateway. So the gateway is actually going to plug into the internet access point, and it's going to connect all of these other sensors wirelessly. There's a quick start guide right in the lid, and it tells you exactly what to do. So step 1, make sure you've got Presence 4.0 installed on your smartphone or tablet. Step 2, you're going to plug in the gateway and get it connected to the internet. And then step 3, you're going to pull a plastic tab out of one sensor, and you're going to wait for a couple seconds while it connects to the gateway, and then we're going to install the sensor. So it's super easy. Let's actually get started. So I've got the Presence 4.0 app here, and you can see it's the Presence 4.0 app because it's running this cool little video right at the beginning. And I'm actually going to sign into this Presence app. So after signing in, it's actually going to ask me, how do I want to use this device? I can use it as a remote control to control my home and monitor things. I can use it as a camera, or I can add devices. So I actually want to add devices. I'll tap on Add Devices, and it turns into a QR code scanner. Now there's this QR code on the back of the gateway, and you can see it scans pretty quickly there. And right now the app is basically waiting for us to connect the gateway to the internet. We're going to plug in Ethernet cable, and we're going to plug in a power, and the gateway is going to connect, and the app will advance automatically. So let's actually do that now. I brought the gateway over to my Wi-Fi access point, and I'm going to plug in the Ethernet cable, and I'm actually going to use this power supply that came with the Presence Security Pack to plug in USB power to the gateway. So the gateway is powered from micro USB. If your Wi-Fi router has a USB port on the back, you can actually power the gateway like that. So now in the app, we're just going to wait on this video until the gateway is actually discovered. Usually takes less than a minute, 30 seconds. There it goes. So now we're ready to add devices. So we will pull a plastic tab on a new sensor and wait for 10 seconds, and the app is going to automatically advance when a new sensor is found. So let's do that now. Let's start with the entry sensor. So you can use this on doors and windows, your garage door, you can use it on desk drawers. When you pop it open, the first time you're going to find some screws in there. I don't actually prefer to use screws on my own home, but you're welcome to. And inside you'll find a magnet and a transmitter. So the magnet and the transmitter have an arrow on each of these, and you're going to basically align the arrows and get them lined up like this when we install it. So it doesn't matter if the transmitter goes on the door or the magnet goes on the door, you can switch them up. The goal is to just keep the arrows aligned, and then you want to keep the gap between them maybe less than about ½ an inch. So let's actually pull the plastic tab now, and the sensor will connect in about 10 seconds. So inside the sensor, you're going to see this blinky red light under the plastic, and it's actually pairing with the gateway right now. So in a moment, we'll see the app advance on and say, we found an entry sensor, what do you want to call it? Let's actually call this my back door. I'm going to install the big piece on the door and point the arrow towards the frame, just like that. And I will install the small piece right there on the frame. It's okay if it's bent a little bit, and just keep the space between them pretty tight. Now, we'll use the Presence app to actually verify that this is reporting closed. Back here at the Presence app, I want to add another device, so let's just tap Add Another Device. And we get the same video that just says, look, your gateway's connected, pull a plastic tab, wait 10 seconds. So next, let's do this touch sensor here. This is something that will actually detect physical movement. So when you touch it, it's going to report an event. You can have screws to screw it down if you want, but actually I prefer the sticky stuff on the back that it comes with. So let's open this up. We're going to pull the plastic tab on the touch sensor, and it will start to pair with our gateway. You'll see a blinky red light, and watch the app for about 10 seconds. Let's stick this touch sensor right here in my desk drawer so I can tell if anybody's sitting at my desk. Now we've got the temperature sensor, and I'm going to pull the battery tab. So I'm going to put this temperature sensor near my wine rack. I'm not even going to peel off the sticky backing this time. We're just going to set this right here on the wine rack and let it detect the temperature. Okay, let's add another device to the gateway and get out our motion sensor. So this is a passive infrared motion sensor, which means it sees things in the dark. So I'm going to get this out, and just like all the other sensors, this one has a pull tab. This one actually has some AA batteries inside, so we're going to pull that, and in the front we'll see the red LED blinking as it pairs to the gateway. We'll see the app move on in just a moment. There it goes. So I'm fine with the name motion detector, and we see it lighten up there. Let's actually put the back on this. So this mount is really made to go on the ceiling or even placed on like a mantle or something. So I think I'll put it up above on this windowsill I have. My motion detector is now on the windowsill up there, and it's pretty high up. It's got a nice view of the room. It's also not pointing at any windows. So this can actually detect leaks and prevent some massive damage to your home. But it could also do things like detect your pet water bowls drying up and stuff. So again, there's some screws if you want them. I don't need them, so we're going to set those aside and open this up. Now the water sensor has two parts. There's a small water probe, which is this thing. And you can see the kind of teeth on the bottom. That's where you want to detect water. And then this large piece is actually the transmitter that talks to the gateway. So we will pull the tab out of there, and this will actually connect to the gateway. Now you'll probably want to use the water sensor on your hot water heater or dishwasher or washing machine, where those can actually cause lots and lots of damage to your home. For me, I'm going to drop this into my dog water bowl and just show you how this works. And we should get an alert right away. So there's default rules set up that automatically tell you when this thing gets wet. Now let me show you how to set up a rule that will tell me if my dog water bowl dries up. If my water sensor dries up, then notify me by email and notify me on my phone. And so let's actually watch that happen. So I'm going to dry off the water sensor. Your water sensor dried up. So as you can see, I've got two more entry sensors to install, but I think you get the idea. I already have my back door connected. I've got a touch sensor. I've got my wine rack at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. My motion sensor is looking down on me. The dog water bowl is now wet. You can actually see some other devices I have in my account here. I have a GE LED light bulb. It's very cheap on Amazon.com. I've got my humidor set up with a humidity sensor. My bathroom drawer will actually put me into sleep mode at night. And in the morning when I wake up and open my bathroom drawer, it puts me back into home mode, and it makes a cup of coffee for me in the morning with my hot water kettle. I have all these things connected in my home. You can really expand the Presence app to do all kinds of things. All right, so that is it. The Presence security packs are insanely easy to set up. You can find out more information at presencepro.com.